Hey, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, and welcome to another update video. This one's going to be for the month of April. Recording it a little bit early. It's March 28th right now as I'm doing the voice recording for this. And we're going to take a quick look at some of the things that have been going on in the channel and what you can expect from me in the future. And just some overall commentary on life and shit like that. So I like making these videos because it's almost like a bit of a vlog. I think I've probably made that exact comment in the past, but just as like an intro, it's a little bit of a vlog. It's not something I'm really big on, but it's fun to just sort of have a conversation and not be focused on gameplay or anything like that. So let's start how we usually do with the subscriber growth on the channel this month. As I'm looking at it today, it is plus 49 more subscribers this month. So it's a little bit of a dip from last time, but still, I'm very happy. If it were to stay at plus 49 for the end of time, I'd be totally happy with that because eventually we'll have 49 million subscribers by the end of time. So that's what we're hoping for. But yeah, we're still growing, which is obviously really good. And I think that's in large part to the fact that I have brought back the Final Fantasy content, at least in terms of the dungeon videos. By far, these videos do the best on the channel. And I know you guys really like watching, somebody go through as a tank, as a healer, and now I've included the DPS as well. We're doing the Pugilist, in case you guys haven't seen that yet. Those videos are coming out as well. So I'm trying to release 3 videos a week, typically Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You guys will see, the tanking, the healing, and the DPS, respectively, in that order throughout the month is what I'm trying to do. One thing that I am struggling with a little bit is the Let's Play. And it's a conversation I've tried to have with my wife a few times, and I just can't really settle on something with the Let's Play right now because it takes a pretty large portion of time, more than you would expect. Like, the actual recording is fine, right? It's actually probably the easiest out of all of it. But the problem is it's on a totally separate character, and that character, it requires them to do different types of grinding and I'm saying them, I'm talking about Wee Guy. You guys probably know Wee Guy. Well, it requires extra grinding for him because, I'm going to end up hitting walls in the story. And soon it's going to be like, well, you need to level up twice before you can even keep going. And then it's going to be like these other like item level walls that you get hit really hard with. Actually, almost made me quit the game for a while. Some of these like item level walls that you hit that you need to grind and grind and grind in order to get past that wall, and it totally stops the story. And it's probably one of my very few complaints about Final Fantasy XIV, but it's a big enough one that, like I said, it's forced me into breaks several times. In fact, I'd say almost every time I've taken a break is because I hit some sort of content wall that I couldn't get to, and I just didn't want to do only dungeons over and over again. So I'm trying to figure out how to handle this Let's Play because, like I said, I've said in previous videos anyway, it's gonna be like, 300 episodes long, maybe even longer by the time we get to the end. And I think it would be absolutely amazing to have the entire story cataloged on my channel. And I still plan on doing that. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it to work. So, at first I was thinking like I can release 3 videos a week on that one as well, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to maintain that. So I don't really know, and I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments below. Maybe one long video a week, maybe an hour and a half. I've tossed around that idea. Maybe I do 1 week of 3 dungeons and then 1 week of 3 Let's Play videos and then go back and forth. That's probably one of the more popular ones that I'm thinking. It's either that or, I don't know, something else, So that's why I'm looking for ideas on the Let's Play for Final Fantasy XIV because right now it's sort of in limbo, and I really want to continue it, but I need to find a way to fit it into my schedule. Which brings up the next point I wanted to talk about, the schedule, which so far has been working pretty well. I have a major problem with finding that there are open time slots available and just filling it right away. Like that, with the whole Legend of Zelda playthrough that my wife Jane and I are doing, we found time for that, and I was like, well, I still have like 3 hours after this that I can spend some time on something. So I've been doing the Fire Emblem series as well, which is not doing particularly well, but that's okay. I'm gonna finish the first game and we'll reassess the situation there. I really, really like Fire Emblem, but I understand that it is a niche style of game that not everybody is super into. There are some channels on YouTube who specialize in Fire Emblem and they do really well, but they make videos that are beyond my capabilities, at least for now. You know, the best that you can get out of me is playthroughs, and hopefully you'll enjoy them at least a little bit. I do think they are a lot of fun for sure, and it scratches that itch for tactical turn-based combat better than almost any other game I've played. So we did bring in Fire Emblem as well. And let's take a little stab at iRacing here. So the races have been going relatively well. I'm actually doing better than I really expected that I would do in terms of actual like driving capabilities and racing. I'm finding all the cars fun to drive, and you know, the truck, the Xfinity car, and the Gen 6 A car are all a lot of fun. They don't do the best on the channel as well, but I think that, you know, I have like a majority of people who are here for the Final Fantasy stuff, and some people are here for the iRacing stuff. So I'm going to keep doing the iRacing because, first of all, it's a lot of fun for me. It's been a blast, like taking on this hobby and getting better and meeting people on the racetrack and, you know, making friends and stuff like that. It's actually been a lot of fun. So there's no way that that is stopping. I'm just trying to figure out a better structure for when I'm going to start recording those races, because the way that my schedule is set up right now, it's got me recording, you know, the truck race on Tuesday and the Xfinity race on Wednesday during the day, but I'm finding that there is not enough racers at that time. You know, the other day I went to record a truck race and there was only 2 people who made it in, and I was like, well, obviously I'm not recording this. So, you know, I think I might move that to the evening because it does definitely seem to get a lot more traction in the evening. So I'm kind of thinking about that. Another game that I've been thinking a lot about, which is a game you guys are seeing in the background here, is Dark Souls. I had a buddy come over and we just hung out and played Dark Souls for like 4 or 5 hours the other day. And honestly, I fell right back in love with it. I don't know why I ever stopped playing. I haven't beaten it yet. But as I usually do, I found a guide and I'm sort of going through, and it's been a lot of fun. So, you know, this character you guys are seeing in the background is not my main character. I just dug him up because I wanted to slam things with a great axe, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. But, you know, I'm quite a bit further in the game than this guy is. But still, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm not going to lie, I've been toying around with ideas of how I can bring Dark Souls content to the channel. My biggest obstacle right now is that I can't record the footage in 60 frames per second because it just chugs the computer a little bit too hard. And that's the worst problem to have because it can only be solved with money. And with the amount of work I've been getting off lately, I'm not, you know, I don't have enough money to make upgrades like that. I'm sustaining life totally fine, but in terms of making big upgrades, it's just not going to happen for a little while anyway. So I don't know. I can't commit to it yet. This was actually a perfect test for me to see, you know, how does the 30 frames per second look? I know a lot of people like that 60 FPS. I'm one of them. When I'm playing it, it's in 60 FPS, but the recording takes it down to 30. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. And again, that's something else I'd love to hear your comments on. You know, whether or not you guys can stomach a 30 FPS recording. Because if you can, then that unlocks a whole bunch of potential stuff that I can do. But if we're sticking with 60 FPS only, then, you know, we'll be sticking with older generation games like Fire Emblem and like Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, which is the new Legend of Zelda game that we've started. And we release those videos every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You'll get 2 episodes of Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. It's been a lot of fun to go through that game. This is a game that I don't even know if I've ever beaten the first dungeon, not counting the tutorial dungeon. I have done that one, but the first actual dungeon where you fight the knights at the end with the bow, I don't remember ever even completing that. So, you know, it's been a lot of fun to go through an old game that is a classic and deserves my attention, and I hope you guys are liking that as well. So we're going to keep doing that, and we will move on to another Zelda game after that. I haven't decided yet. But, yeah, I mean, I still feel, even though I've got Fire Emblem, I've got iRacing, I've got Zelda, I've got Final Fantasy, I still feel like there's a little bit more that I can do, and I'm trying to come up with something. Like, I don't know, like there's some serious RPG games that I'd love to play, you know, in a whole bunch of different styles too. Like, I'd love to put down a playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. and see how that does, because I've never beat that game. You guys might know about me. I very rarely beat games. In fact, you could probably count the amount of games I've completed on one hand, maybe two. So, that's kind of a problem that I have. So I'm always looking to try to improve that and try to finish more and more games. And the channel has helped. So I want to keep that up. So I've been thinking about something like Dragon Age Origins, or what about something like Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition or Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. I have both of those games, and they would run perfectly fine, and I'd be able to record them easily. I toyed around with Mass Effect. I know Andromeda just came out. Pretty sure my computer can't handle recording that very well, but Mass Effect 2 is one of the greatest games in that franchise, so I just recently re-downloaded it. Haven't started playing it yet, but I don't know. I mean, I'm toying around with something like that. So what do you guys think? Like, this is the question that I posed to you that I'd love to hear your responses on in the comments. If I were to start releasing another game, just one more, I don't want to overload myself or anything like that, but what if I could put out another series, then what kind of things do you like? Do you like RPGs? Do you like old-style RPGs like Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale? Or Pillars of Eternity is another one that deserves my attention. Tyranny, I paid like $55 for that game and played like the first chapter and never touched it again. These are games that I am totally open to playing. And I need the channel as motivation to get me through them. Because like you guys might have gotten from my comments about my schedule and stuff, when I set a schedule, if I'm like, okay, on Sunday between 3:30 and 6:30 I am playing Baldur's Gate, then I know that I'll go there and I'll get there and I'll play it and I'll record it and I'll get through, and then I'll do it again next week, and I'll be able to sustain that and actually complete these games. So it's something I really want to do. So again, just to get back to it, if you want to see like something like RPG style, whether it's new age RPG or old school RPG, something like Dragon Age, something like Mass Effect, some other big series out there, maybe Dark Souls, again, like if you can stomach the 30 frames per second, I have Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3, all of which are great games and deserve my attention. So, that's another option. I mean, I can open up my Steam library here and look at a whole bunch of shit like XCOM 2, American Truck Simulator. There's some, collectible card games I started playing like Faria. I saw that Total Biscuit video where he was getting like overwhelmed by referral links. I actually didn't use his referral link, which is kind of a dick move by me because I did start playing the game because he did. But, it's pretty fun. I got just like, you guys don't want to see my Steam library, and I'm sure that there are people who have more than me, but there are people who have less than me for sure. So basically anything is an option here. So let me know, because I'm trying to fill in that extra slot. I know that there's a slot free, and I'm looking for something. So that's the main point of conversation I want to have with you guys here. If there was something that I could release, some other game that you're interested in, let me know. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I can't really think of anything else to talk about. I do really appreciate you guys, having this channel. Despite, it's not a ginormous channel, but it's honestly bigger than I've ever thought I'd be able to get it. And it continues to grow every month. And, if it stays at this pace, then one day it's going to get to that point where it's like, shit, if I can get over 1,000 subs, that's the next big main milestone I want to be at. Actually, I didn't even say the total amount that I have, did I? It's 685. We're getting close to 700. 685. So, I mean, I remember when I started with these videos and it was under 500, so we're climbing and it feels good. So I really appreciate it. Plus, to those select few of you who leave comments all over the place, I really appreciate that. I love looking at my phone and seeing that somebody liked one of my videos and somebody made a comment about something. So keep that up for sure. And again, thanks to all of you who watch and who support the channel. It's an amazing hobby, and without it, I don't know how I'd fill my time. So really appreciate it, and that's going to do it. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you later.